what you did, but I'm going to live my life the way I want to. Who am I to say those things? I have been called and appointed and set aside for the honor and glory of God, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to push whatever it takes to remove whatever wall has to be removed. But some of us need to trust God today. Some of us need to stop trusting in our paycheck. Stop trusting in the welfare in the system. Stop relying on certain things, but we need to rely on God this morning. We need to rely on God this morning. I was sitting we were sitting in the room at women's convention, and I believe it was Friday night when Sister Mitzi taught, and her whole message I couldn't even write down the words because all I did was cry. All I did was cry, and all I could do was weep because it was about worshiping God and surrendering our lives to God and giving all our all and being on Mount Moriah and fighting and strapping that wood to our back. But you know what ministered to me the most? You know what showed me the most is when she said that when we are called, we also are called. Not only are we called, but our children are called. And I know sometimes we get afraid of that. And we worry about what our children are going to have or what they're not going to have. And we worry about the different things that I understand it's hard at times. And I understand it's not easy at times. But you know, God said He will never leave us nor forsake us. And that means not only will He not forsake you, but He will not forsake your children. Yeah. Your children are as well as called. And you know, I thought about it all week long. I thought about the youth. I thought about the youth of our ministry. We don't have a youth group. We don't have a youth group, but we need to have a youth group within this ministry. The only way our future is going to make it, the only way we will have a future is if we have a youth group. And it's going to take us as leaders, as a body to invest in an individual and to invest in the young people's life. You know, I'm going to start encouraging you to come out to youth night also because we don't have a youth group. So we have to start somewhere. It's going to take you and I to reach them out there. It's going to take you and I to really believe in what God's going to do and to believe in the calling of God upon our life. In order to believe that God will, you have to believe that He can. The only way you're going to see God's will in your life is if you believe He can make it come to pass. And let me tell you this, He can do anything that we ask. And He will begin to give you the desires of your heart when your desires of your heart are in line with His will for your life. Oh, Sister Tina, but I've been praying and asking God, and He hasn't given me the things. But are they what He wants for your life? Are they what He wants for your life? Well, Sister Tina, I've been praying this way, and I've been broke for a long time, but you know what? I'm still broke. Well, let me tell you something else. We're broke too. But you know what? I've never been without. I've never been without. I might not have everything I need, but I've never been without. God has never forsaken my family. God has never left us hungry. God has never left us without a shelter above our head. When I leave this church, I'm going to go home to a nice house. My God has not forsaken me. Why would He start now? But some of us are wrapped up in our own schedules and our own agendas they talked about. Pastor Tom said some of us have attitude and not gratitude. Man, that's heavy right there. We forget what God has taken us from. We forget what God has taken us from. But I was sitting in that message and I was listening to him, and you know what he said? He said, if you forget where you came from, then you better carry around a picture of what you looked like before you came into the home. I've seen some of your pictures. I've seen some of your pictures, so you better take them out. And you know what God brought me to? God brought me to one time I'm sitting on the edge of my bed with a 14-month-old daughter and a 4-week-old daughter, and my husband in prison. And my kid was crying, my girls were crying, and I'm sitting there. But God told me, I promise you, I promise I will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's what I was reminded